just a glitch in the nervous system. The final
You're here.
controls
Glad you made it.
was an update.
If it were just a limb twitching, but her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping can only mean one thing, Max. You just don't want to admit to yourself what it means.
If you're about
all
to launch
looking
into
forward
one
to
of your
working with you.
passionate speeches about artificial sentience and machines with souls, don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. Hell, I can write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Dr. Benet, you know where to find the teleporter.
Now just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. You do well to remember that.
Another lovely day, isn't it?
All our divisions are important, but I tend to think of robotics as the first among equals.
Excuse me, Doctor.
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third-generation synths are a true breakthrough, the culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
What makes them superior?
The list of improvements is exhaustive. I can talk for an hour and still not cover all of it. Imagine what you could accomplish if you could live without fear of hunger or disease. Imagine what you could create if you could spend every waking moment of your life as you saw fit, with no need of sleep. Like I said, a momentous time.
All this must be a little overwhelming for you.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
So this is where they create synths.
With our third-generation synths, we've improved upon humanity.
Oh, I could have used the other one. Oh well. Maintenance requests. Found unit J284 cleaning boardroom for the third day in a row. I don't think this unit has ever actually left the boardroom. Navigation software patched, unit returned to service. Submitted by IOJ. Unit X472 complaining of blurred vision in right eye. Unable to correct without permanent damage. Unit wiped and reassigned to Facilities Division. Submitted by Fillmore A. Primary drive breakdown on B347. Third unit this month. Can we please look into this? Technician dispatched. Thompson E. Looks like latest navigation software update has some issues. Found 2 Gen 1s trying to walk through walls. Pathfinding software updated. All Gen 1 units will require patch. Facilities notified. Binet L. Hey Dad, Eve is having trouble speaking today. Lot of stuttering. Can you please look into it? Identified rare looping issue in speech subroutines. Corrected and patched. Okay. Surface work crew tracking. Group ident. Location site Epsilon. No, it's alert. Radar attack. 1 unit abducted. SRB notified. Awaiting update. Site Gamma. Report is now overdue. Continue to monitor. I'd give it another 2 days. Okay, Site Alpha. 3 units recalled. Yeah. 1 unit assigned at Site Alpha. And 3 units recalled. No data present. Site Delta. Last report. No, it's not getting as much as we were hoping for here. Might need to shut down Site Delta. Let's see what the next report brings. 4 more at Site Alpha. Unit B888 removed. Unit T354 added. No data present. Access logs. Local Beneda. Update maintenance requests. Okay. Nothing interesting.
Do we really need all these coursers roaming the halls?
Today is full of possibilities.
Hi, Doc.
Ah, it's you. You're finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any trouble our synths may have caused for you on the way. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity, and they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute interests, most of which I designed myself. Not to make problems for you, though, will you be staying with us then?
What's it to you?
Oh, forgive me, I realize... Well, I understand that's somewhat personal. It would just mean a great deal to Sean. If you require anything, especially as it pertains to synths, please let me know.
Doc,
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've increased synth responsiveness by 0.04%.
Well, they're not saying much. They are not quite saying much, if you ask me.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course. Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
Doctor.
They weren't kidding. They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water, and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Allie,
Hi there. Something I can help you with?
I'd like to know about the people in your division.
Of course. Dr. Lawrence Higgs is our mechanical engineer. He oversees the major life support and security systems. Power distribution is Dr. Evan Watson's area of expertise, and Dr. Newton Oberly is in charge of food and housing. He coordinates with bioscience to ensure that our meals are balanced for optimal nutrition. We also make use of a number of synth units for low-priority maintenance and labor.
It must
Dr.
make
Fillmore.
you proud to
What's
see
on
all
your
that
mind?
Father has done. All that he has
It must
built.
be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
Oops.
I know you'll achieve great things here. We all do.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do. People on the surface have got it pretty bad. Makes me thankful for being down here.
Doc.
Welcome, welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm in charge of housing and provisions. It's my mission to ensure that everyone lives a comfortable and productive life. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
Dr. Oberly.
Good to see you. Feeling well today?
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads
Pardon
together.
me, sir.
Now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for.
Dr. Watson
Maybe I
can
should
be
take
a
some
little
courses with me.
obsessive when it
Maybe
comes
send
to
a
rules and
message.
policies.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Always be vigilant. We have many enemies.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
Hey.
I swear I spend half my time smoothing the feathers that Justin ruffles. We need to be able to collaborate with the other divisions, and that's a lot harder when they're always angry at us.
Yeah, well, if you can't get along, it's going to be hard to accomplish anything.
Yeah, even worse, we got a lot of smart guys with fragile egos. Anyway, we'll figure it out. It was good to meet you.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Excuse me, Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
That sounds very much like one of these.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment.
Yeah, they
for you,
don't want to
but
be
try
with
to
us
remember that
anymore, or
synths
for
aren't
some reason
people.
they're leaving. So we kill them. I don't
If
like
you see
that.
any suspicious synth activity, report it immediately.
Justin,
Yes, what is it?
you mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
I'm not quite feeling well about his use of have their memories wiped. About how often he uses that.
Dr. Ayo,
What do you want? And please, make it quick.
if you're the acting head of the SRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Report anything suspicious to the SRB.
Let's see, departmental notices. Our new visitor. As you know, Father has granted full access to our new visitor from the surface. That includes the entirety of the SRB. While we must accommodate Father's wishes in this matter, we must also remain diligent. Refrain from discussing any sensitive information, especially the ongoing investigation involving the Gen 3 synths. In an ideal world, the Railroad will have had no influence on our new guest. We do not live in an ideal world. That is correct. Missing synth investigation. Due to recent developments in our ongoing investigation into the missing synths, I am adjusting our policy regarding discussion of the subject with personnel outside of SRB. In brief, details of the investigation are now classified and cannot be shared with anyone other than SRB personnel, and even then, such conversations can take place only here in the SRB facilities. Those who are found to be in violation of this policy will face the strictest discipline. Okay, Infiltrator Unit McDonough. I'm starting to wonder if M762, the Infiltrator Unit McDonough, hasn't begun to outlive its usefulness. Assuming the identity of Diamond City's mayor has provided us with invaluable intelligence over the years, but suspicions have only continued to mount. So, Piper was right. The mayor is a synth. This latest incident, the publication of that newspaper article specifically calling Madonna's humanity into question, might just be the tipping point. I've spoken with Ayo, and we both agree if the situation does become untenable, reclamation seems unfeasible. M762 was specifically engineered to mimic the actual human McDonough. As such, the unit's synthetic biology is that of someone overweight and grossly out of shape. A memwipe would kill any psychological weaknesses attributed to self-perceived old age, but that body? Lost cause. The real irony here is that M762, in one of its dispatches back to the Institute, requested a future posting in the Coursers, citing loyalty and years of service. And that request alone was evidence of enough self-awareness and independence to completely eliminate him from contention. Never mind the fact that he wouldn't even fit into the uniform. Determination. When and if M762's identity is eventually compromised, the unit is effectively decommissioned in field. No reclamation, no Institute assistance. Given its relative age and physical condition, not to mention the danger inherent in an infiltrator unit's discovery, still the lifespan estimated at 2 weeks maximum. Wait. What I wanted to see... Intelligence. Access to SRB. It has come to my attention that certain colleagues who are dissatisfied with our policies and procedures have, on more than one occasion, tried to circumvent our established process for registering their complaints with Father, and have tried to gain access to our secure facilities in order to complain in more direct manner. I'm sure I need not remind you that the SRB is off limits to all personnel not assigned to this division. Do not allow yourself to be browbeaten, cajoled, intimidated, or otherwise manipulated into allowing anyone who lacks the appropriate clearance to enter the SRB. Failure to uphold this mandate will result in severe discipline. Power conservation. As you're all aware, Father has asked that we monitor our power usage carefully and try to be as efficient as possible. As a point of personal emphasis, we should strive to be efficient in everything we do, but our division has needs that are unique among the various branches of the Institute. The fact is, sometimes our operations require resources that we cannot readily disclose due to the sensitive nature of what we do. I place my trust in your judgment. If you require additional power or any other resources to carry out your work, then take what you need. Consult me if you have any concerns or questions, but know that the responsibility of meeting your project deadlines falls upon your shoulders, and I won't accept limited power availability as an excuse for failing to meet those deadlines. In short, do what you need to do, and if anyone objects to the way in which we carry out our work, I will deal with those objections myself. Inventory management. 361 bottle caps, 100 fusion cells. Oh, deposit, requisition, withdraw 1 rifle armament. I see. Access logs. Well. Ooh. Ooh, synth relay grenade. Those could come in handy. The other stuff, not so much. SRB terminal again. But I think, yeah. Reclamation target tracking. Unit at large, assigned last sighting, good neighbor. No recent sightings. Unit believed to be in railroad custody. Memvibe likely performed by now. S943, investigation suspended. No cursor assigned. Last sighting at Boston Airport. Investigation suspended. Area deemed too hazardous at this time. Libertalia Raider Stronghold. Unit located. Reclamation scheduled. Cursor X688. That's what I meant to say. Unit B592 has been memvibed by railroad agents. New identity is Gabriel. Unit now leads his raider gang based at Libertalia. Shows highly aggressive tendencies. Has killed several dozen rivals and civilians. Suspect brain damage resulting from memvibe process. A823 remains located northeast of Sargus Ironworks. Unit's remains discovered near Sargus Ironworks and returned to Robotics Division. Unit destroyed by multiple gunshot wounds. Suspect raiders based out of Sargus Ironworks. L337, last sighting Corvega. Unit has been memvibed. New identity is Leo. Exercise extreme caution. Unit has been trained by Railroad and is proficient with several weapons. Unit has evaded capture twice and wounded cursors on both occasions. Wasn't Leo the leader of the raiders? There, list of informants. Okay. Cricket, Caravaneer. I see. Tommy Lonigan, owner and proprietor of the Combat Zone. Rashkin Carla, Caravaneer. Doc Weathers, Caravaneer. AJ, Chem Dealer and Good Neighbor. Marovsky, Chem Supplier and Good Neighbor. Lucas Miller, Caravaneer. Henry Cook, Barkeep in Diamond City. I see. I see.
Operating at full capacity.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still. Now, all done. You can return to your duties. And remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Incident reports. Infirmary Terminal 1A. Let's see. E. Thompson, first degree burns, left hand. Placed his hand inside power relay without first disengaging. First aid applied. Well, no surprise. Abdominal distress. Patient ingested lubricant from robotics division on a dare. Emetic dispensed. Wrist sprain, right hand. Declined to say how injury occurred, only indicated it was related to using a terminal. Splint applied. Using a terminal. Right. Dislocated shoulder, right side. Apparent malfunction of synth. Handshake gesture applied with extreme force. Shoulder reset and pain medication dispensed. Huh. Severe blunt trauma to upper torso. Injuries received in FEV lab. Redacted. Director override AC-77. Okay. Patient director. Dizziness, shortness of breath. Notes. Test results revealed. Redacted. Okay. Personnel notes. Latest batch of food from hydroponics shows increased vitamin D content. Should help with the deficiencies I've been seeing lately. You could also go out into the sun.
Good evening. All this advanced technology, and we still can't cure the common cold. Once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical and get a file going on you. No hurry, though.
After what I've been through, a checkup is probably a good idea.
I should think so. Who knows what you might have been exposed to up there. How about you take some time to get comfortable, learn the lay of the land and such. In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up. We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready. Take care of yourself, so I don't have to.
If you require maintenance, please file a report with the Facilities Division.
A locked door. I really can't. This one. And pass that up. Thinking it has to be one with S.
Got it.
There we are. So? Hoping for more useful stuff, or more secret stuff rather. Not a supply cabinet, but oh well. Advanced systems.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
3 levels of approval. Do you believe that? 3!
Oh, why not?
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Hi. I wish I had more time to spend with Quentin, but I can't be in 2 places at once. We haven't been able to crack that one yet.
I used to work exclusively on the synth projects, but lately I prefer less animated
that was
pursuits.
productive. It's really exciting having you here. I can't wait to see what you can do.
Hey, Doc.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
What kinds of blueprints?
Mostly components for a new plasma pistol concept I've been toying with. High-energy weapons are sort of a hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
Oops. Yep. Was a pistol.
If you ask me, we're only
Hi, Doc.
scratching the surface.
Since
with the
you're new
latest
here,
suits.
you should take time to learn our safety procedures. And the sooner the better. Rules create order, and order promotes efficiency.
How many rules are we talking about here?
Not nearly enough, if you ask me. I had some handbooks made up, but that was years ago. I'll see about getting one to you.
Sounds good.
Take care, then.
What's that? Lasers. Terminal too. No point. Regulation updates. Submitted to Directorate for approval. Review permissions for assigning sidearms to personnel. SRB recommendations to increase security have overridden any normal procedures for allowing Institute scientists to carry firearms. Training for said firearms also needs to be updated. Reconsider interdepartmental network access. Certain divisions appear to be abusing this. Security systems need to be reviewed by Facilities Division ASAP. Given recent events, it is extremely important that the Institute be prepared for any conceivable situation, no matter how unlikely. Dr. Io has requested this for some time, and I am now inclined to agree with him. Personal notes. I have, in the last 24 hours, observed no less than 7 blatant violations of Institute protocol. The degree to which people appear to ignore the rules which have been put in place to keep us all safe is incredibly disappointing. Medicine insists that I continue the testing battery of the child synth, despite my reservations about the project as a whole. If this were any other situation, I would not have second thoughts about going straight to the director, but given these circumstances, I shall simply wait it out. Oops. Research proposals. Human cybernetics. Build on existing institute research into implant cybernetics to augment human capabilities and lifespan. Previous program met with limited success in a single subject. Using a broader array of subjects and new techniques could prove highly effective. Rejected director. Notes none given. Cold fusion. Divert time materials from current phase 3 research to exploring the possibility of sustainable nuclear reactions through electrochemical processes at or near room temperatures. Previous work on the subject yielded no concrete results. Advances in technology could potentially make it possible. Rejected. Lee M. Notes evidence suggests this is and always will be a pipe dream. Miniaturization. Modification to relay assembly allowing for extra parameters when rematerializing, specifically to explore recalibrating the object size and density. Imagine if it were possible to use the relay to shrink someone down to the size of an insect or even smaller. Rejected. Watson, let's keep things out of the realm of science fiction, please. Plasma weapons. Pre-war plasma weapons exist, albeit in a somewhat primitive state. Samples have been collected. With work from a dedicated research team, said weapons could be improved upon dramatically. Pending. Something to consider after Phase 3 is complete. Personal notes. Dr. Lee has been spending more and more time in her lab with the kid. Synth. Thing. It's creepy, and I can't help but wonder if she's getting a little too attached. Even has rejected my last 12 proposals. I don't know how to get through to that man at all. Well, depends on your proposals. Advanced system notes again.
I think he's actually lost his mind. I can't believe he really expects me to do this. This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. that, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Okay, well...
A Courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Madison Lee, I wonder... What was the main scientist in Fallout 3? What? I thought that was also Dr. Lee. So I don't know, don't remember if it was... First name was Madison. Now having that Courser chip.